Hi guys, welcome back to Origami Twist. In our last video I made a little lidded box for you out of origami, just out of two square pieces of paper, and I will put a link to that at the end of this video and also in the description box so you can go and check that out if you haven't seen it. And for today's video we're actually going to modify that box to create a pocket. And I'm using a piece of paper that is the same color on both sides, because you'll notice here I used a piece of origami paper and you can see the other side of the paper. This will create a much more smooth look to the finished product. So you may want a tiny bit of adhesive for this one. It's not absolutely necessary, but it does hold down those flaps inside and keeps it more pocket-like. But other than that, all you'll need is a square sheet of paper. So when you're ready, let's make your pocket. Now you're going to notice that the first few folds that I do are exactly the same as for the box I made in the last video. If you're already comfortable with this, I will put a link right here to the point in the video where it deviates from the box model. And I'll also put that link in the description box. All right, so let's get folding from the beginning. One edge up to the opposite edge and crease. And then open it up, turn it, and put one edge up to the opposite edge and crease. And the goal here is to have two creases into your paper in a plus sign from edge to edge and edge to edge. Once that's finished, you want each of the points to come into the center and to crease. So one point into the center. You want to be very accurate with this if you can. And as with many origami folds, you do not want to extend past the crease when you line it up. So just shy of the crease is better than overlapping the crease. You'll just find that it makes it less challenging going forward. Okay, so we're going to do that for all four corners, into the middle and crease, and make sure it has nice creases. That'll help later on. And then take one edge and bring it into the center. Now you want to meet it in the center where all the corners came into, and then to make sure it's lined up, you want to take this fold here and this fold here and line them up with the whole side. That'll make sure that it's all lined up and nice and neat, and this rectangle will be all the same size rather than skewed a bit. And then we'll go around the other side and do the same thing again. Fold into the center, making sure the two sides line up, and then open it up, making sure everything's flat. So you're back to that point where all of the corners came into the center. We're now going to turn your paper 90 degrees and do that same thing again. So essentially we're just creating a whole bunch of creases. We're bringing it into the center, lining it up on the sides, doing the same on the other side, and lining it up on the sides. And now when you open it up, you'll have four triangles still, but then you'll have a line, a crease here, a crease here, a crease here, and a crease here. And that's going to help you with the next step. So open up the left and right hand sides of your paper. So each of those corners is going to come out, and it's just a corner, the two corners that are opposite each other. The two corners that are opposite each other here are going to stay folded in. We're then going to do what we did with the box and bring this corner and this corner in a little bit. So this corner here where my index finger is going to come in and meet the center of this crease right here. So I've got a little triangle, then I've got a rectangle, and at the bottom of that rectangle is a crease right where my index finger is. The edge of the paper here is going to come up and line up with this. At the same time, you're going to be pushing that corner in. See how I'm pushing from the back? I'm going to be pushing that corner in, and it's essentially going to collapse the model. So remember, this edge, the goal is to get it up here, and at the same time you want to lay this triangle here where my index finger is against this paper. So there's that, lay it against the paper and then pushing back against it. And once that line has lined up with that crease, you're just going to reinforce the creases. Okay. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. This corner is going to come in and this edge here is going to line up along here. So pushing in, bring that triangle in, and then push back against it. So again, you can see that that edge is coming into the center and collapsing the model. You're then going to take that tab that's been created by doing that and bring it into the center. And when you do, and you crease and crease and crease, you'll notice that you've got half your box finished. There's only one more flap up here. The other side of the box, you just want to make sure that those creases have been reinforced because it's going to help you with the final folding. Okay, so any creases that you've created, make sure that they're nice and creased. Okay. So on the other side, you're going to do the same thing, taking those two corners and bring it into the center, just like you did on the other side. So once you have folded it into this point, now is where it's going to deviate from the box. So at this point, I will be welcoming you if you are already familiar with the box. Hello, welcome back. And if not, this is where we're getting into new territory. So as you remember from the box or not, you're going to fold it in and that makes the box. I'm going to leave this out. And I'm then going to take this triangle and just fold the triangle in. So there's still a little tab off the top of the box. I'm then going to take each corner here and fold it into the center there. So where that triangle just folded into, we're going to fold the two triangles in. There we go. So there's one. And here's the other. And there we go. We've created another little triangle tab just folded down. Now this next part doesn't have creases yet, so you need to be very gentle with how you collapse the box. But essentially, you're going to be creating a crease right about here and right about here that collapses this edge, where my index finger's moving, down to the bottom of the box. So we're looking at the opposite side where that triangle was, and I'm going to press down. With my right hand, I'm tucking all of that paper behind, and I'm going to press down and put that edge against the other edge and crease. And if you can see on the inside, now we've got a crease on that paper. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to press in and fold this edge down to this edge and crease. Of course, a similar thing's going to happen here, except that it's nearly created. You've got a little gap up here and a little gap up here. I'm going to insert my finger into that gap, and where this crease is here, I'm going to press it down and line it up with that edge, okay? And then there's already a crease there, so I'm all ready to press it down. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to lift up that piece and fold it down. So lift it up, and then this line here lines up with the bottom and folds down. And when both of those are done, you're going to crease, and you've got this flat section here, okay? Now at this stage, you are completely finished. All you have to do is insert that triangle that you've created into the pocket on the other side, and it'll close your box or your little pocket envelope, and you're completely finished. However, I like to adhere the little tabs down into the bottom because I feel that it creates a more neat finished look. So I'm taking a little bit of double-sided adhesive. If you've got roller adhesive, that's fine. Or a little bit of glue would be okay. And I'm just going to put it on the back of that little tab that is sticking out of the bottom. See how it's sticking up? And then we'll just stick it down to the bottom of the box. And there we go. So you may find that this is a challenging one. If you are finding it difficult, I would try some of the other origami models that I've got here on YouTube, or even take my class on Curious that has all of the basics on mountain folds and valley folds and all the basic origami stuff, because it will sort of establish origami in your mind, and it'll make this stuff easier. You know, the collapsing the model and that sort of thing. So definitely consider doing that if you're having trouble with it. But once you've adhered down your tabs, maybe a little bit up here as well. There we go. And a little bit up there. So this tab tucks into the opposite side. The whole thing goes flat, and you can store all kinds of little flat goodies in there. Give it as a gift, or use it for travel if you want to store your jewelry, that sort of thing. It's a really neat little thing. You could even put it on a scrapbooking page to make a three-dimensional something or other. It's pretty special. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you check out the other origami box and some of my other videos here on YouTube. Subscribe if you enjoyed that. I've got lots of great things coming, and I have heaps and heaps of videos already here as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.